me, if I can answer that, then
Yeah, go.
the story. The story is great, and not only that. I mean, I hate to use a cliche like young at heart, but you have a character like Shasta, everyone can identify with, and you have a character like Aravis that everyone can identify with. It's basically, it's a universal thing, looking for your place in the universe, and that's basically one of the big themes of the play. And who helps guide you in that?
Given that Dexter Sanchez is doing the movement,
Yeah.
is this something that we really look forward to, that can duplicate the scenes that he has done in his previous works also?
Oh, I'd like to personally, again, if I can answer that, I'd like to think it is, because basically the reason that I asked Dexter to join us was the fact that I've seen his stuff in UP, and I'm just like one huge fan of Dexter, and I thought if anyone can actually help us get very dynamic, and I will use that term because I use that, if there's anyone more dynamic, it's really Dexter, dynamic movement in the show, it would definitely be him. It's my first time to work with Dexter, so I'm just really looking forward to that collaboration. The few meetings we've had together, it's been very collaborative.
So I think, knowing the two of them working together, expect something sort of the same but quite different. Because I don't think Dexter has worked, well, I've seen Dexter's work and I love it. So just expect a good balance between the two. If you've seen Jaime's work as well.
But I observed Dexter's work is now more deep as compared to before.
I think it's called age. Wait, don't print that.
You might suddenly back up.
Don't print that. Maturity. Wait,
Yeah.
does that sound better?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to add something in answer to yours, is what to expect. He said the story, and he told you it's a coming of age piece and finding yourself. But if you are a fan of C.S. Lewis, you know that there are layers to his storytelling. There's something that will appeal universally. There's something that will appeal to the child in you, and there's something deeper that will appeal to the adult. And if you want to be more philosophical, you can. We are not pushing the agendas of philosophical. Of course, we are a gospel theater group, and therefore we highlight. Well, I'd like to think I don't like bombarding people with doctrine or anything. So,
but there's always a subtext.
but there's always a subtext, and the challenge here for me was keeping it a subtext, and the challenge for you is finding it.
So it's selling the gospel.
What? No.
Oh, she can also find.
No. But that's one of the things.
Yes.
You can or cannot see it, which is fine. But for me, the other thing I was telling Jaime is, when somebody asks me, the younger, people asking like moms, like, can my 10-year-old, 8-year-old appreciate it? Because the Portuguese boy, even in the reading, is actually more mature than all his others. If you read it, the language is, he uses bigger words. The language is, even the cast. And I've tried to keep a part of this. It's called more high English, the cadence and the language. It's more poetic than straightforward. And I've used this as a device to distinguish between cultures. The Colormen are the ones using the big, flowery words, and the Narnians are more straightforward, to the point speaking. But like I was saying, it's really quite different. But bringing it down to a level of fairy tale for the younger children, you can. And for me, it's the Cinderella story. Except our poor abused orphan is a boy, not a girl. And the fairy godmother is a horse, not a fairy. And there's actually very little magic, but lots and lots of adventure.
Um,
So,
One of the things that when we first announced, or it was first leaked, or first found out we were doing Morris and His Boy, strangely enough, a lot of the Facebook posts that I saw was, "It's my favorite story."
Yes.
It's my favorite. Oh, great, you're doing that one. It's my favorite. It's my favorite book. So it's a lot of people's favorite books. I'm not going to say it's mine,
yeah.
but I like Prince Caspian.
I
But
like Silverchair.
and yeah, but it's an awful lot of people's favorite book of the Seven Chronicles.
And it's universal. I mean, even if you go through all the blog sites and everyone says, it's my favorite book, it's my favorite book. Because it's got everything.
And I think also of the books, it's just the most independent.
Yes.
That's also one of the reasons we chose it, because it can be taken as an independent story. And if you know Narnia, you can take it in the context of Narnia, but it's also...
In a nutshell, what is the gospel message behind this?
It's very basic. You can
novel.
go through all the hard... well, it basically, Aslan is there. No matter what you go through, whatever you think. Shasta always says, I am the most unfortunate boy in the whole world, because he was, he was raised, abused, he went through all this adventure, but he didn't, all throughout, he realizes every step of the way, Aslan was there. And he only realized that Aslan was actually pushing him, or guiding, not pushing, but guiding. Well, actually, sometimes he did push, along the way, pushing him. But the overlying thing is, Aslan was there the whole time.
And together with Luna's answer to that, the perfect description is the logo. If you look at the logo of Morris and His Boy, that's basically what Luna just told you.
If you notice the sun,
it's the lion.
it's the lion.
Yeah,
So
the lion is right
it's
there.
like he's going through this journey, but he's not alone.
You mentioned earlier that this is the second Narnia that you
Yes.
adapted into a play. So why jump into Horse and the Boy? Don't you have any plans of doing the second book or the third?
The second book being Prince Caspian.
They did the movies already.
Well, to be honest, after we did Lion, we were discussing doing Magician's Nephew
Yes.
for
Which
a
is the
while,
first.
because that was also kind of independent. It was also kind of independent. But then we just thought of this, which is more independent. Well, the Magician's Nephew has a flying horse, so let's see how we